In this episode, I talk about if you should accept low-paying jobs. Welcome to episode 104 of the Honest Entrepreneur Show, where I help creatives like you to master your marketing. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into it. Guys, I hate to sound like a broken record and complain. I am unbelievably freaking hot recording in this office, probably quite dehydrated. I'm shit at drinking water when I'm meant to, and I feel like dizzy and tired, and it's I feel really strange. And I'm about to go and see my personal trainer and do leg day after recording this. So wish me luck by the grace of sweet Jehovah, because I don't know how I'm going to get through this. But with that being said, let's get into the show and answer some questions.
This question is from Sonia. I like your advice about increasing prices, but what if you're not getting any clients? Isn't it better to take low-paying jobs just to have a job instead of insisting on your day rate?
Hey Sonia, great question. And yeah, is my honest answer. Like, you have to start somewhere, and I talk about this a lot. Prices should be a flexible thing over time. You're doing something very wrong if in 3 years' time you're charging exactly the same rates. That's not how it works. You should be naturally accruing more experience. But if you're in the early days, if you are getting a freelance career off the ground, if you don't really have that much under your belt, then, so what if you're not charging an absolute fortune, because that probably maps to where you are at that point in your career. That's not the end of the world. Like, you'd much rather have work coming in and then use that to actually build momentum. I've seen people who are literally getting like sweet F all by the way of client work, and then they're kind of there aloof being like, well, don't you know I charge £200 an hour? It's like, no, you don't. Like, otherwise you'd be charging it. You only charge it if people pay you for it. We can all invent a number. We can all invent a worth, but I've talked recently about market rate. You are only worth as much as the market is willing to pay for you. We don't assign worth to ourselves. The market assigns worth on us. So whatever it is, whatever your ceiling is right now, that's your worth. And then it's your job to actually improve yourself and improve your skills and your pitching and your confidence and brand positioning and what niche you operate in and all that stuff, because that will then redefine your worth within that particular market that you want to serve. So if you're getting absolutely nowhere, then start somewhere. I started doing design contests. So, I was winning 1 in 10, and that's after I was winning 0 out of 10, then 1 out of 10, and then it got better. But at the point I was winning 1 in 10, my hourly rate was fucking atrocious. Like, I don't even know what it would have been, 50 cents an hour or something probably, because that's what I was kind of worth at that point. But then I got better and I won 50% of them. So suddenly my hourly rate got a hell of a lot better. And then I got clients and I got underpaid there, and they used me for all kinds of times where I didn't get paid at all. And it was just extra unbilled hours because I didn't know what I was doing. So my market rate sucked then and they wouldn't have paid me more. And then I got better clients and moved up and did better and better and got a kind of, semi-successful freelance career. And suddenly I could charge thousands and thousands and have, fairly little time investment on my part to deliver on that. So, that's how I did it, but it took freaking time, and I wouldn't have got there if I was like, well, people talk about pricing high and increasing my prices, and so I'm afraid you're beneath me. I never would have even got moving. And also, I don't know why I keep doing this weird posh English accent. So yeah, that would be my answer. We all start somewhere. The sooner you can start, the better, but realize when you have started, any kind of momentum you've got, use that to grow, use it to build, realize it is flexible. It should be increased over time. But yeah, the market defines your worth. You don't. Question of the day. Does pricing scare you? It scares me. It's very easy to give out the advice about it, but it's always been something that's tricky for me. I'm currently undercharging the shit out of my Patreon. I had this conversation earlier. I originally did it as like, it's basically free, but I'm putting up a barrier to stop like people that aren't invested joining, But guess what? There's people joining that aren't all that invested and never show up for weekly calls or watch anything, and they just kind of sit there. And no disrespect to those people, but I am looking for people that are invested and want to get their money's worth. So I'm looking at increasing my prices there, to be perfectly honest, for all kinds of reasons. When you've got your own followers messaging being like you're underpricing yourself and you're someone that preaches about pricing, something's kind of wrong. So I definitely don't get this perfect all the time, but again, like I guess I'll find out what the market thinks I'm worth. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Is pricing scary for you? Thank you so much for watching this episode. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm really enjoying the YouTube show. If you are too, then be sure to hit the subscribe icon and tick the little bell to get notifications when I post new content on this platform.